Okay. We have gone through the scouting reports, the advanced analytics, the Vegas lines. It's finally here. Super Bowl LX.
The Seattle Seahawks against the New England Patriots.
And looking at all this, I mean, this feels like so much more than just a game. It's almost like an identity war.
It really is. You've got Seattle, trying to finally exercise the ghosts of that goal line pick from a decade ago.
Right.
And then you have New England trying to prove they're not just some nostalgia act.
Yeah.
But if you look past the headlines, the data, it says this game is going to be won or lost on the perimeter.
That is exactly where I want to start, because the matchup that just leaps off the page is Seattle's air attack versus that Patriot wall, specifically Jaxon Smith-Njigba against Christian Gonzalez.
This is the heavyweight fight for sure. JSN led the whole league with, almost 1,800 yards. One scout called him the analytical fulcrum of the offense.
That's just a fancy way of saying if you stop him, the whole machine just breaks down.
Exactly. He's the pivot point. But New England has the perfect counter in Gonzalez. I mean, remember the NFC Championship. He held Jerry Jeudy to 0 catches.
Zero.
So the plan is probably to have Gonzalez just shadow him everywhere. If he can erase Seattle's top weapon, that's like a huge feather on the scale for New England.
But looking at Seattle's roster, it's not a one-man show. You've still got Cooper Kupp working out of the slot.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the same speed guy he used to be, but man, the guy is a surgeon with his leverage and his timing.
And that's the mismatch to watch. He'll be up against Carlton Davis III. Now, Davis is physical. He brings a real presence, but he's also so prone to getting grabby.
Yeah, didn't he lead the Patriots in penalties?
13 flags this season. If Kupp can use his savvy, his experience to exploit that aggression, he's just going to churn out first downs all day.
And then you throw in the wild card. Rashid Shaheed, that 95-yard kickoff return in the divisional round was just electric.
Yeah. He's the definition of a game breaker. He forces safeties to stay deep just because he's on the field. Even if he never touches the ball, his speed changes the entire geometry of the defense.
Okay, so let's flip it. Let's look at the other side of the ball. You've got Drake May, a second-year quarterback, facing the Legion of Boom 2.0. I mean, that feels like a nightmare scenario.
It does, but this is where the tape gets really interesting. May has rushed for 141 yards in the postseason alone. He extends plays, so when the pocket collapses, he doesn't fold, he creates.
You know, that actually explains one of the weirdest betting lines I saw. The sharp money, the pros, they are hammering the over on Drake May's rushing yards.
It makes total sense. Seattle's Devin Witherspoon is the highest-graded corner in the league, but he blitzes like a linebacker.
Yeah.
He's going to flush May out of that pocket, so the bettors are just banking on May scrambling for his life.
Witherspoon is terrifying.
Yeah.
But if he's blitzing all the time, who's covering the intermediate routes?
That's why Stephon Diggs is so critical for them. He's May's security blanket. But there is a wrinkle. I'm looking at the injury report for Seattle's rookie safety, Nick Emenwari.
The ankle issue, right.
Right. He's a key chess piece. If he's limited, Witherspoon has to slide inside and play more slot to cover for him, and that weakens the boundary defense. It's a whole domino effect.
And that all leads us to the red zone. The stats here are just wild. Seattle has the #1 red zone defense. They only allow touchdowns on, 50% of possessions?
That's the stat. That's the one that decides this game. New England absolutely cannot settle for field goals. They have to score touchdowns to win.
So, okay, even though Seattle is the 4.5-point favorite on paper, this feels so much closer than people think.
You can never, ever bet against a Mike Vrabel-coached team in the playoffs. He loves these ugly, low-scoring defensive games. New England has a history of dragging top offenses down into the mud with them.
It really does feel like it's all going to come down to those tiny little margins, those feathers on a scale.
It has to, yeah. Can Gonzalez erase JSN? Can May scramble for those crucial first downs?
I cannot wait for kickoff. What's the one thing everyone listening should watch for in, the first 5 minutes?
Watch Sam Darnold's eyes. If he's forcing the ball to Smith-Njigba early on, that means Seattle is trying to dictate the pace. If he's not, it means the Patriots are settling in to grind this thing out.
Enjoy the game, everyone. We'll see you on the other side.